Lance, Demeco interviewed, and apparently it went well. I thought you can interview. You can't hire anybody while they're still in the playoffs. But it's a big time. It's time consuming. Demeco canceled his other interviews with teams because he wanted to, and I can't blame him. He wanted to focus on getting the San Francisco ready, and obviously he did. He was ready for Dak, and he was ready for that offense, and they played great. And they did another great job. They averaged only giving up 16.3 points a game this year, which is unbelievable. Demeco is looks to be a great candidate, great head coaching candidate. But I'm seeing so many people that are just hell bent on Demeco, Demeco or bust. And
I know.
is it all just because he was? I mean, I don't have to have a guy who played for the Texans as the head
You just
coach.
have
I don't.
to. I think it's just you find out. I just think you get who your favorite is, and you just
That's
beat
it.
it into the ground on social media. I mean, I would love Demeco Ryans here, but there's lots of good candidates. So, I think there's some good. I think Shane Steichen would be a good candidate. Gannon, I know a lot of people have a lot of respect for Joe Gannon as well. For me, it's not Demeco or bust. I would like Demeco for sure, but yeah, I don't. I just think it's one of those things. Whoever the hot name is, that's who you want, and that's just the way it goes. Everyone kind of jumps on the same train. Demeco is the one who. I mean, look, it's easy to like Demeco because he does what fans like, which is, number one, he has a really good defense, first and foremost. Number two, he's a former Texan. Number three, there's videos of him being a leader with the Texans, firing guys up. It's him having fun on the sidelines, getting along with his players. All that stuff is very positive. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel like, he's a younger guy. It makes you feel like that's somebody frankly, it's the opposite of Bill O'Brien in a lot of ways. But
Yeah.
I think that's all stuff that makes people feel good. But that doesn't necessarily mean that a guy is going to be a great head coach or anything. But I think it's something that really makes football fans feel good about him. But yeah, I'm kind of with you. I've seen the same thing where it's the only person anyone's talking about is Demeco Ryans. That's it. Well, there's some other really good, there's some other really good minds out there. We don't know how coordinators are going to be as head coaches. Now, I do feel like Demeco has the mentality and he has the mindset and the demeanor of a head coach that I would want, right? He is engaged, he's personable. I like that. I'm fine with the quiet Tony Dungy types and Frank Reich types.
Ooh,
And
don't say Tony Dungy.
I know you can't say Tony Dungy's name anymore, but I'm fine with I'm fine with the quiet types. But I like a little bit of juice in my head coach. I like a little bit. It doesn't have to be over the top. I know that it's also not necessary to win. Winning is my most important facet. And do guys play for you? And do you create a culture? Your head coach's job is to create a culture in the building first and foremost. When you have a bad team, he must do that. And I do feel like a lot of this points to Demeco, John, if I'm being honest. But I'm with you. I don't have to have – it's not Demeco or bust. But I do feel like Demeco could do a lot of the things, at least from an intangible standpoint, that is necessary for a coach.
Yeah, and all offensive coaches are left. So, I mean, and some young – I mean –
I get the feeling this is going to be Demeco's job if he wants it. I really do. I think the Texans are in on Demeco Ryans.
I think so too, and I hope he's got a great plan for that offensive guy. Although when that offensive guy is great, that offensive guy is going to leave, as opposed to look at Shanahan. I mean, do you wish you had Shanahan? Holy crap, what a job! And he ain't going to win Coach of the Year, but that guy deserves Coach of the Year. Look what he's doing with a Mr. Irrelevant and just keeping this thing afloat. Listen. The trend is right now is offensive coaches, and I just kind of wish that they would, I know it's Demeco, and I know he played here, but I'm not. He's great. He's great.
But do you have any reason not to want Demeco here?
No.
But you're just saying it's not Demeco or bust. Yeah, I'm on the same train. It's not one guy or everything's a complete disaster.
Right.
I'm not that way in the draft. You know what I think is a little strange, though, John? And maybe it's because he's just a 56-year-old white guy, and that's like the least exciting thing for America now is a 56-year-old white guy. But Lou Anarumo, the defense coordinator for the Bengals, I mean, oh my gosh, This guy does an incredible – what he did with Mike Hilton at the end of that game, he saved it until the fourth quarter and then rattled Josh Allen's cage with that corner blitz.
Oh, my God.
And was just lighting Allen up. And they didn't show it all game long. He saved it. And everybody talks about how good this guy is. Behind the scenes, on television, I'm kind of puzzled as to why Lou Anarumo, the defense coordinator for the Bengals, has not been mentioned for a bunch of head coaching jobs. That's maybe he's saying he doesn't want to do it. I don't know. But it's very strange to me that he doesn't get any talk about head coach. Very strange to me.
Discrimination against the Italians again.
It could be. It could be.
Time and again. We see it time and again.
He's been a defense coordinator since 19. He's never been a head coach anywhere. Most of these guys have never been a head coach anywhere. So
he's done a hell of a job, though. That's for
He's
sure.
done a great job over there, but I don't know. The guy just doesn't get mentioned at all, and it's strange to me that he's not on a bunch of interviews.